Hello and welcome back. In this video we are going to do the books tab here, or subview, book subview. It's not a tab pane. I have other examples on how to do tabs, but those are not interesting. I want to have a more elaborate main menu bar, navigation bar, whatever it is here at the top. So subview, that's where we are going to start today. Well, I'm saying today, but maybe it's the same day for you, but it's a new day for me, so that's good. Probably. Okay, new package for my view books. In here we need an fxml file. Let's just call it books view. Maybe my package should be named differently. Should I be consistent with the fxml file and package name sort of matching? I don't know, maybe we'll figure that out later. Okay, I need to define a controller. Alt enter for that, and here we go. Okay, so let's just quickly close this one. Main view. Let's open this one in Scene Builder. And that's not what I wanted to open. Down here. Open in Scene Builder. So again, we're hoping for something that's sort of responsive, so I don't really know what size to put this at. It's at least more than this, but maybe I will, that was a bit much. Maybe I will figure that out later. So, okay, so what do I want to do? I want to have something at the top where we can do some filtering. And I want to have the table and then some next and previous buttons here in case my table is too large and I only want to show 10 books at a time or something like that. So, at the top, well, it should be foldable, so maybe an accordion. See what that does. How does this work? Okay, so this is an accordion where I can sort of, that's not what we want. We want something different. So we'll try and go with a split pane, vertical split here, and see how that goes. I obviously want it to be the same side, width, height, not 8000 again. That didn't go as planned. Okay. Oh, it's because I'm okay. I have Inker paints. Okay. 800. Why do I have so much up here? Okay, so this one we can drag that around. Okay, so down here let's make an H box. So I really need a fit to parent button somewhere. Use computer size. Maybe that's okay. We'll see how it works. I need a button. So the idea is when I click the filter button, some more filtering options will show up here. We'll fix that later. I'm not going to do much of the functionality of this one actually. I just wanted to have two views in this video and we can swap between them. And as usual, the columns are sort of iffy. That was too much. I need to wrap this in a V-box. And down here, table view, we want an H box. Nope. H box. Come on. Almost. H box. So that's at the bottom. table view, hbox, don't go outside. And some buttons. I need a previous and a next button. So next. Okay, yeah, obviously. Because I have an hbox, so that manages the positions. So previous and next. Okay. That's good enough for now. I'm going to be able to spend a lot of time fiddling around with sizing and making things responsive, and I'm not sure that's interesting for now. So I want to have my main view that's supposed to have a button. Is there a button? Button books. I do have a button books. Okay. This one needs a method. Don't remember how to do that, so let's just go in here and put a method on the button. Properties, nope, code. The ID, I don't care about that, but I need an action. Open books view. Yeah. I also need this. Here's my anchor pane, so that's my sub view content, like that. I need a method, so quick fix this. I don't need any events, no events, and I need to go back and say this one here is also, you can see that it is yellow highlighted, so that's because I don't have a matching field variable, and I create like that. So this is the root node of my subviews. So what should happen when I click the book view? Well, we say view handler, and another sometimes, or most times, I give in the view handler here as an argument, but I think this time around we are going to maybe we will make it a singleton. Try something new. So that means this one should be private, so I can't really call that anymore. I need a set method for the stage. Private view handler, and we're doing a singleton. Maybe you haven't seen the singleton yet when you're watching this video, I don't know, but the point is that I want to get easy access to this without having to pass an instance around. So I need a set method for the stage, like that. No, sorry, that's because I have a Fluent Builder setter. Like that one, the default, that's fine. I have a related problem, so let's just click and see. Obviously I cannot instantiate it anymore. Okay, maybe this is not a good idea, we'll see. I need a method to get access to this. So public static view handler instance. I need an instance of this private static view handler. Let's just call it instance. If instance is null, then instance is equal to a new, then we instantiate it here. Okay, and then we return the instance. So singleton pattern, private constructor, private static field variable, and a public static get method. Now how do I access my view handler? We say view handler, nothing to do with swing, just remove that. View handler, nope, come on. Get instance, set primary stage, I'm going to have to call this again, so we call instance, and this one here is instance. Okay, minor change. It just means I don't have to pass it around. Is it a good idea? I don't know. get instance. I could have made static methods instead. It seems like a lot of work to get the instance all the time. But I don't know, we'll do like this. Open view. And I need to open something. So I do have a view, open view method here. Open this. This is an open view. It's private currently, but I think this is for the main view. So this is going to be slightly different. So I'm going to call this open main view. And for now, I am going to make a duplicate. Open subview. And it also takes a path, string path. I'm going at some point to need to give it arguments. We'll get to that, but I expect that I need to give it arguments at some point. Okay, so copy paste. It's because I load something. Okay, reach, we give the path, that's fine. Load, it's no longer a controller. I want to be able to use this for all my subviews, so I cannot give it a specific type here. I need to give it an interface. So I'm going to create an interface that all my subviews will implement. Where do I put that? I should have a, let's create this package, views. Now this is going to mess things up, but we put it in here. So everything related to views goes in here, and here we also create the interface, a view controller, like that. Yes. Okay. I need to import it. Now the problem is that I have to prefix this with here views, and same thing up here. Yeah. I need an init. It should take my args, and later it will take something more, but we will fix that at some point. Okay. So at some point we will rework this, maybe use the same thing, I don't know, we'll see. But this one here is supposed to be used whenever we open subviews. So let's see, what do we complain about? Open view, get instance, cannot resolve, open view in view handler. Okay. Open subview, of course. And we want to open view books slash books view. Right. At some point I would like to be able to, and arguments, well, there are no arguments, so I'm giving it null. That's annoying to write every time, so let's make a new overloaded method, create method, like this. And what does it do? It opens the subview with the path and null. String is, I will call it path. Okay, so we just call this up here. That means I don't have to actively everywhere provide it with null arguments. I don't think that looks very nice. What does this do? Well, that should not put in the primary stage, no. It shouldn't do anything with the scene. It should actually return a root, a parent. Right, this is the one that I want to get back. So we say return root. Okay. What if it fails? Throw new runtime exception. Root not loaded. And and we want to do it in here with the message from the E. So most likely it will just say path not set or something irrelevant like that, which is what we usually get from trying to load something, but we'll see. Okay, so it's a runtime exception. I don't have to actively handle it. When we cannot load a view, it should be because it didn't find it, so something is so wrong I cannot recover. That's the idea. So this one here returns a root to me. It does not return a root to me. It does now. Parent. I call it root. It's actually a parent object. Open sub view. What is complete? Return value is never used. Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's just use it. Here we go. Sub view root. Okay. We say sub. Is that capital? Why? Sub view content. That's because it has to match. That's annoying. It has to match in here. I wrote it with a capital S. We do it like that. We do it like this. Subview content. So I want to take this subview and I want to put it into the anchor pane, right? So get children. We have to clear everything just to be certain that nothing is there, and then we say add subview root. Okay. Nothing to initialize. Maybe there will be at some point. Let's see if I can click the button and open a subview. Okay, it's open. We click. Nothing happened. That's unexpected. Something broke. Location not set. Okay. From where? From here. Okay, reads. Views. I give it the path, then oh, I'm missing up here. I say .fxml. Obviously I have to do that every time. Let's not do that .fxml. So we will keep it simple. Okay, try again. Still no luck. Root not loaded. Class cannot be cast to. Oh yeah, okay. So my books view controller doesn't do anything, but it needs to implement the view controller interface. And let's just stop everything. And when I do this, I have to implement the methods. We initialize it. Let's just print out books view initialized. Okay, one step closer. Click. Okay, there we go. So we'll drag this up and down. Doesn't really do anything. My button doesn't do anything. That should have been called filter. I would like it to be maximized, so it just takes up the entire space in. So how do we do that? Okay, first step, I wasn't happy with the setup with the split pane and the anchor pane, so we have simplified it a bit. I have used the border pane, and at the top I have my filter bar at some point, button here, filter, and I have at the bottom my two other buttons. And so currently that sort of, well, things fits okay in here. So next step is to figure out how to make it expand to fit the parent content. So furious Googling incoming. Okay, so that was more than the usual 7 seconds of furiously Googling, but now it looks like this. I can click the books and it expands, and I actually have the previous and next buttons down here and the filter, and they don't do anything, but it takes up the entire view and How did I do that? Well, I have done so many things, so I'm not entirely sure. I put a background color on my anchor pane so I could see how much it actually filled out, because in many attempts the purple here was just a box inside or up in the left corner, so that sort of makes sense that my sub content only took up this space, because I had the rest was not filled out by the anchor pane. So my main view has been changed a bit so that it no longer uses an anchor pane as the root. That seemed to be annoying to work with. It is now a border pane. So I have the top bar, that's the top, my navigation bar, and my center, that's now an anchor pane, which is okay to work with here apparently. I have some preferred width and sizes, which is irrelevant because this is going to stretch when we open things, because I have the in here we set the maximized on the stage, so the border pane of my main view here, that will expand even though it has a preferred width and height apparently. Well, I had to change a bit in here and say that whenever I load a sub view, that's the root of that scene graph, I set these anchors. So what I expect to happen is something like this. My beautiful PowerPoint drawing. So let's assume that the gray box is my anchor pane and the blue box is whatever is inside. And when I'm setting the anchors, no, yeah, wonderful. Stop it. I'm setting these anchors. So the top anchor is meaning that's the distance from the top of the anchor pane to the top of the, so basically this distance here. What should that distance be? And then it's supposed to be able to sort of maintain that distance apparently, as far as I could understand. So if I set this to 0 here, well, that means that this will be stretched up here. We also set the right anchor pane to 0, so that will be stretched all the way up there. Left to 0, stretch, and the bottom to 0, stretch. So this is supposed to take the child content and stretch it so there's no space to the edges of my anchor pane. I'm not entirely sure why this anchor pane here. Okay, so that's the anchor pane. I actually put something in. So that's just stretching out as far as it can to its parent. Interesting. And whatever I put in here will apparently also stretch. Why does that stretch? I don't have a preferred width, I just have a maximum width. So does that mean we just, what do I have? My border pane. What do I have? Use computed size. I guess this will just mean use whatever you can. Stretch out, fill up the content. So okay, I think we'll stop here for this video, and then in the next video we're going to do the search bar up here, which will open another view. So this one, open books. There are no books, but maybe there will be in the future at some point. And then a search bar where we can click search, and that should open some things. At some point I should have some dummy data, 5 books or something we can work with. Maybe I will do that later. Alright, thank you for watching.